The Flash is one of the most iconic superheroes of all time, but let's be real, we still haven't gotten a good Flash movie. But with the DC Universe being rebooted, now's the time to finally give the Scarlet Speedster the movie he deserves, and let me explain how. First off, let's talk about the problem. The Flash has been around for over 80 years with some incredible stories in the comics and a very loyal fan base. How do I know this? Because the CW Flash show ran for 9 seasons, and though it was gradually declining, people still talk about it. So as much as Andy Muschietti wants to convince us that the Flash is not a popular character, that's just not true. But somehow we've never gotten a definitive Flash story. And sure, Andy tried in 2023, but honestly, that movie was doomed from the start, and it was more of a Batman showcase than a Flash story anyways. It didn't give us the movie that truly celebrates what makes Barry Allen, or any version of the Flash, so special. So what would a great Flash movie in James Gunn's new DC universe look like? First, it has to focus on the heart of the character, Barry Allen, the everyman who becomes the fastest man alive. Barry is a symbol of hope, perseverance, and redemption, qualities that should shine through in this story. And I know we haven't seen much of it yet, but from the Superman trailer, James Gunn seems to prioritize the character as a person instead of just a being with superpowers. The trailer looks very hopeful, and Superman looks like he should feel in the comics. I honestly think the best thing to do with this movie is just to keep it as a simple origin story. Barry Allen is a forensic scientist in Central City. His mom was murdered when he was a kid. His dad got blamed for it, but he knows that something else happened that night. Then during a storm, he's in his lab and he gets struck by lightning and doused with chemicals. He goes into a coma, and when he finally wakes up, he has super speed. And during the first act, we just watch Barry learning to use his abilities and realizing that what he saw the night his mom was murdered is very possible because he is it. In this first act, we also meet Iris West, Barry's best friend and love interest, but she doesn't know about it. She will always be Barry's anchor in whatever Flash story you're telling. She's absolutely necessary. The main villain would have to be the Reverse Flash. It's the only thing that makes sense since he is the one that killed Barry's mom to ensure that Barry would become the Flash so that he could one day defeat him. So when Barry becomes the Flash, it's obvious that Reverse Flash would show up to take him down. What's his motive, you may ask? Well, if you know anything about the Flash and the Reverse Flash relationship, you'll know that he's just the biggest hater of all time. There isn't really much reason other than he wants to be better than him. And during this time, while the Reverse Flash is tormenting Barry, he's learning to use his abilities further, and he learns that he can time travel, but the Speed Force, who is essentially a character in all of this, warns Barry that if he does that, it will have serious consequences, and Barry listens. And all this comes to a head when Barry and the Reverse Flash are in a fight and get thrown into the past, the night Barry's mother is murdered. We get this high-speed, cinematic, emotional battle, which ends with Barry having the chance to save his mother from dying, but letting it happen so that he can save the timeline. The movie ends with Barry returning to the present, extremely broken, but stronger and a better hero. And this would be the perfect introduction to what the Flash stands for in the new DCU. The Flash is a character that a lot of people care about and deserves a lot of time, which is why I think every single point in this character's story should be hit. And I know a lot of people want to see Wally West early on, but I think Wally as a character would be more impactful if we saw Barry's story first, leading up to him. One thing I am still unsure about is who should play these characters in the new DCU, so please let me know in the comments who you think should play Barry Allen, Iris West, and the Reverse Flash. With that being said, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time.